Hey guys, it's Small Pet Haven here, and I have been seeing so many wrong things about bettas on YouTube recently. So first off, I'm going to give you the basic rundown. First off, bettas need a heater. You see this? It's a glass thermometer. They also need one of those. When you read the glass thermometer, it needs to at least be 72 to 76 degrees in their water. Every betta needs a heater. No questions asked. We're here as Tao as a demonstration in a basic betta keep. He is in a 2.5 gallon critter keeper, which is perfectly fine for bettas, and they're very cheap. They're readily available, and they're not gonna kill your money intake. They hold up well. The 5 gallon ones don't hold water well, but the 2.5 gallon ones hold water very, very well. This is the perfect size for one betta. You can also get a small filter. However, it's not needed, and you don't really have to have it. A small heater is always recommended with bettas. You do not want them to not have heated water. It can seriously make them depressed. I see people keeping bettas in bowls that are this size. This is a 0.5 gallon. This is less than a gallon, and it kills me and makes me want to cry. The reason I had this is because once upon a time I was very poorly informed about bettas, and I thought this was okay for them. It is not okay. This is no more okay than it is to keep your child in a closet. It's not okay. It's very small. It's unheated. There's no heater that will be able to heat such a small tank. It is horrible, 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 horrible for your fish. As you can see, I keep my bookmarks in here, and that's all that it's useful for. In other words, it's just useless. A 2.5 is the recommended for a small tank. You can go bigger. However, you do risk stressing out the fish. But they will be a lot happier. They will be a lot more active in the larger tanks. As you can see, it is 74 degrees in there, which is perfect for a betta. He is happy. He is swimming around. He is exploring. Another thing is, bettas that have long tails, they need silk plants to rest on. And only silk plants, due to the fact that plastic plants can tear and rip their fins and cause infection, which in turn will kill the fish, which is obviously not good. Another thing that all bettas should have is a cheap hide. On these, the edges are normally really sharp, so I recommend getting some sandpaper as well to file those down. After that, they're perfectly fine, and I sometimes see my bettas going in there to hide and get away from stress. We'll go over to the next type of tank you can have for a betta. This is a 5 gallon tank. It currently does not have a betta in it. It might later on, if all my guppies are females. I will probably put a betta in there somewhere. Most likely a female because there is plastic plants. And like I said, long-finned bettas should not be in with plastic plants at all. This has a submerged filter, and it has a heater back there. Bettas do not need bubblers. They actually prefer to have their water still. And when we go over to my next tank, you'll see that I have something covering the filter so that the outflow isn't as strong. Bettas love to hide, so they always need to have a place to hide and get away from stress and people. This is a 10 gallon divided tank. Many betta enthusiasts, there we go, have this type of tank. As you can see, there's only silk plants. In here we have Houdini fish and Commander. Excuse the lighting, I know it's pretty bad, but whatever. As you can see, they both have hides. Now, terracotta pots make excellent hides for bettas. However, the out hole has to be widened or breaking out because they can't swim through that oftentimes and can get stuck, which in turn can kill them because of the injuries from having to get them out of being stuck. And it's not very good. Another thing is most bettas are recommended to have at least 3 plants if your tank is big enough. At least 1 plant is a must because they need somewhere to rest when their fins are tired. Oftentimes I see him wedged between his 1 plant. I need to get him another plant from one of my other tanks, but I don't know when that's going to happen because my tanks are pretty used up right now. But I will work on it. And as you can see, they're swimming around. They're very happy. They're active and they're not laying at the bottom of their tank with their fins clamped. I would show you what clamped fins are, but I really can't. The next type of betta tank you can have is a 10-gallon divided 3 times, which gives the fish about 3 gallons and something each. Oh, excuse me. If you are tight on money, you can use an old coffee mug as a hide. They don't really use it that much. And that is Dante. He's a sweetie. And there's Pretty Boy playing down there. As you can see, all of these fish are also very happy. They're not all like, you know, listless. Abaddon has a lot of plants because he's easily stressed, so he always needs a place to hide. As you can see, he's over here. This is my favorite fish as well because he likes to be pet. He is guarding his bubble nest because he's trying to show off to his rival male, which is Dante. They will do that. So long as the dividers are not clear, it will not stress the fish out to the point where they get so stressed that they die. If they are clear, they will get stressed out and they probably will get sick and they will die. Again, this tank has a modified filter, which you can do by cutting a Coke bottle and taping it to the top so that normally the water will be up so that it flows in and it does not cause as much rippling. However, I need to fill the tank up again. There is a heater and this tank is at 74 degrees right now, which is great. It's the perfect temperature. That's why all their fins are expanded and they're not clamped up, and they're exploring and looking at each other and showing off, blowing bubble nests and having fun. And he's very contently looking at the wall. Aren't you, Pretty Boy? You're so weird. You're going on 2 years old. Bettas can live a very long time if they have good genetics and are properly taken care of. Another thing I often see is people are feeding their betta a type of food that is too big for their mouth, and they have to wait till it is soggy or even potentially choke on it. The food that I recommend for bettas is one Addison's Betta Pro, or just Addison's Betta formula. You can get this online or you can get it at some pet stores. The pellets are very, very small. It is a bit more expensive, but it comes in a very large thing. The next food that I recommend, that I highly, highly recommend because it is all natural, and it has, the first thing is Arctic krill meal, and it's always important to have some sort of fish or crustacean or insect meal in the beginning of a betta food, and not just fish meal. You don't want to see something that says fish meal because you don't know what type of fish that is and you don't really know the nutrition. This is New Life Spectrum Betta formula, and I'll go over here and grab a, well, I can't, but this is New Life Spectrum Betta formula. I highly suggest you use it.